You know what? What really like got to me and even made me like choke up towards the end.
No.
It's that this reminded me a bit of Star Trek. Not Star Trek as a TV series, but the concept of the future of Star Trek, where because
please explain.
Yes, I'll explain. Because in Star Trek, after the Third World War, which happened in 1999 or something like that, I think it's the same as the eugenics war.
Yeah.
It's a backstory. It's probably explained in all the books, but you don't have to read them. But it's in there. It's
the one where they wanted to change genetics and shit to get
and Khan Noonien Singh was one of the warlords who fought for one of the other side. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Have you seen Space Seed?
I've seen that one. Yes.
Oh well, I don't want to hear it. I don't
save that for another discussion.
Yeah. But yeah, so after that, after the war was over, the wars were over. The world was like it was fucked up. And they realized, like, this has to change. We have to change in order to save. We're at rock bottom now. Something has to change. And you have this, fantasy thing that couldn't work in real life. The replicators, basically. I mean, there's not one thing that really like changed the future for Star Trek. But if you want to point out one thing, it is the fact that they managed to. They can create whatever they want out of thin air by just changing atoms, which is theoretically true. If you could manipulate atoms, I could just make a hamburger here.
Yeah. We just don't have the technology for it yet.
Exactly, but that's what replicators do. You just say, Earl Grey, tea, hot, and it pops up.
Boop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because that solves literally everything. You have an infinite amount of food. I mean, you have an infinite energy source, especially since they also
medicine,
have especially since they also have like they found dilithium crystals, which it makes them that's how they can travel in
hyperspace.
Yeah, faster than light travel, which means they can actually explore space. So it's a world where all the problems are solved, and usually also then you talk about that it's basically the death of ambition, and when you don't strive for anything, you wither and die, which is that is an idea.
True.
But what's so beautiful of Star Trek is that they solve that in that now that every problem is fixed, nobody technically has to work. Nobody has to go hungry or, work a minimum wage to put food on the table for the kids. Everyone has everything they need.
Yeah.
But instead of then that declining, sort of like, the Empire of Rome did when they had everything, at least the rich people had, they then decided, because they didn't want to end up like they did after World War III again, they decided then to focus, like humanity came together and focused on, progressing. Like there's no reason for like capitalism or even communism, because we don't have to work together.
No,
they chose to work together when it comes to science, when it comes to politics,
things.
if you will. Yeah, coming together. Like racism isn't a thing anymore. Like you don't have to fear anything. There's no fear left. Is that very realistic? No, especially since it's built around this fantasy thing, the replicator thing. But as a concept, isn't that a wonderful world to live in?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I think humanity would not really actually ever be able to do that, because we'd have someone go, but I want the replicator for myself.
Yeah.
And they would ruin it for everyone.
But that's the thing, yes. And that would be a more, hardcore sci-fi, more grounded, like, yes, this is gritty, this is interesting, yes, also. But every once in a while, isn't it just fun to have this beautiful, perfect little sci-fi world that I would love to live in Star Trek?
Yeah, no, sure. Of
and
course.
Also, as a concept and as a TV show, like, where we're gonna get it, where we're gonna get drama from, where we're gonna get conflict from. Well, that's when they push that onto other species that they meet in space. Humanity made it. They're good. They did it. That's why in a lot of other like sci-fi like that, it's always like humanity joins the great galactic, whatever.
Yeah.
Mass Effect. Like,
Council. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Here, humans basically started it.
Right.
Yeah. And it's so supremacist. No, because they go out and try to spread this utopian lifestyle, and without trying to like impose their beliefs, because they don't have beliefs other than here. We want to give you unlimited, everything,
resources.
Yeah. As long as you let go of those, like, the whole thing, strife, struggle, anger, hatred, because we don't need it anymore. And then you get to join.
Bring this back to Megalopolis, then.
That exactly. Sorry, it was a long thing. That is what Megalon represents in this. Catalina, Caesar, he has found the solution to everything.
Yeah.